Welcome back into the Sports Source. This segment brought to you by Parkside Cabin Rentals. No one has a bigger selection of cabins in the Smokies, in more diverse locations, with more unique floor plans, in more different sizes, from a 1 or 2 person cabin to a cabin fit for a corporate retreat. Parkside Cabin Rentals just can't be beat. However you want to slice it, they're tops. And this is good news. We'll tell you a little bit about it later. They also have a potential gift for you. We'll tell you how you can win that gift a little bit later in the show. Parkside Cabin Rentals, love having these guys as a part of the Sports Source. They do great. They do great work in terms of hospitality. Nobody better than the Ogle family. They've been doing it for nearly 100 years at this point. ParksideCabinRentals.com. All right, back with Ryan Callahan of GoVols247.com. Do a quick catch-up on Tennessee's recruiting to this point. Vols are currently ranked number 11 in 24/7 Sports composite rankings, but that number could be going up shortly. So let's just start with the scheduled announcement. Tell folks who's going to be announcing and when and et cetera.
Yeah, big longtime Tennessee target, 5-star edge rusher Jordan Ross. He's rated 5-star on 24/7 Sports, maybe a high 4-star elsewhere, but regardless, a consensus top 100 kind of player out of the Birmingham area. And Tennessee is one of 4 finalists. Alabama, Florida, Texas are officially the other finalists. I think it's going to come down to Tennessee and Texas in the end. As of right now, I still think Tennessee is the favorite to land him going into that announcement. It's tomorrow night at 8 o'clock Eastern time, so be watching that one closely tomorrow night. Definitely worth following, and Tennessee has been kind of at the top of his list for a while now, so not a surprise that they're in this position, but one that we weren't sure was going to happen for sure this summer, and now it looks like he is getting his decision out of the way before his season starts.
You know me, I've said this a million times. They'll get the most out of their offensive players, sign more high-level defensive players. We talked about it in your question earlier, the big-time playmakers on defense. That's what you need, so this would be a good get. Let me ask you just overall. A few months ago, we sat here going into the summer and talked about how good of a year this could be for Tennessee, how good of a class, what they needed to do. Here were the guys to target. If you could do this and do this and do this, it could be special. If you do this and this, it could be good. What are we looking at? Was it special? Was it good? Was it less than good? Where are they?
I would say good. It's been mixed, as a lot of teams probably across the country would say. I think what we're seeing in this NIL era is no team's completely satisfied with what they're getting. Even some of the teams at the very top, maybe Georgia, teams like that being the exception, but teams like Alabama, you're getting top targets kind of picked off by different teams because it's a much more competitive landscape. It's hard to win these battles. So they've come up short maybe so far on the defensive line where they just missed out on 2 5-stars this past week, and in Williams Nwaneri and Kamarion Franklin, 2 guys at Tennessee maybe led for at different times this spring and summer. So those were tough losses. Kai Bates, a 4-star cornerback, goes to LSU after Tennessee was in good shape. So some battles that got away from you, but that is going to happen. And overall, the results, when you look at it, they've kind of gone in and out of the top 10. If they get Jordan Ross tomorrow, they'll be solidly in the top 10 going into the season. So the results are still good overall, but there have been some misses.
Where do they stand in terms of, we're hitting the fall. We know how they have turned that place into it's the best atmosphere in the country. There may be others that are as good, but nobody's better. It's top notch over there. If you're bringing kids in on visits and that kind of thing, how many kids at this point are still out there? How far can Tennessee climb at this point, or is most of the hay in the barn at this point?
A lot of the hay's in the barn, especially once Jordan Ross comes off the board tomorrow. But there still are some highly ranked guys out there. 5-star receiver Ryan Wingo, 4-star tight end Roger Saliaponga out of Utah. So they've got some big names still
What's
out
his
there. Roger Saliaponga.
Saliaponga.
Yep.
So it could be Iamaleava to Saliaponga.
It could.
Good luck to Bob Kessler.
Yep.
All right.
So still some highly ranked guys out there that could certainly impact Tennessee's class ranking in the end, but. A lot of the guys, big-time players, are off the board by the end of the summer these days, and that's the case again this year. So there will probably be some new targets that pop up this fall, guys they'll try to flip from other schools. So there's still some possibilities out there, but they're already around 20 commitments. You got most of the class already in. It's kind of about filling some remaining needs this fall, and there might be a couple more highly ranked additions, but most of the class is kind of in place at this point.
Okay. All right. I'm kind of xenophobic just when it comes to names, just for my own simplicity. Can't you sign some Smiths, some Joneses? It's easier for me not to butcher. All right. Thanks, Ryan. When we come back, which potential first SEC loss, you've been telling us, we'll react to this, which potential first SEC loss would be the most worrisome for Tennessee? Florida, South Carolina, Texas A&M. Come on back, we'll discuss.